Hello, Billion Babes. It's your girl Lexi, the hairstylist located in Houston, Texas, and we're back today with another video. So today we're doing the infamous, never-ending, always trending knotless boho braids, and I'm going to be starting off with her parting. So I sectioned her off into 3 sections, and I'm going to start at the nape area. So today I'm doing a medium-sized parting, and normally the way I determine my partings is by how many braids are going across the forehead. So for medium, depending on my client's head shape, head size, hairline, that will determine whether I choose 8 braids across the forehead or 10 braids across the forehead. But my medium size normally ranges from 8 to 10 braids across the forehead. In this case, I was doing 8 braids across the forehead. So normally for medium size, I will do 2 rows right below the occipital. And on the first row, it really depends on how your client's hairline falls. If they have a wider nape area, then I'll do 4 braids. If they have a tinier nape area, I might do 3 braids. It just depends on like your client, their hairline, the shape of their head and everything, how you would determine how many braids go in each row. I know most people go off of a braid diagram, but it's not really a one-size-fits-all type of thing. That's kind of what I noticed in my braid journey. Some people would get 3, some people would get 4. It is what it is. So this isn't really a good clip of me getting in that braid on the side because I didn't notice my shoulder was in the way half the time and it was not in focus. But the next clip coming after that is actually way better. So I believe I added around 3 pieces of hair to each strand, and then I ended up adding another 3 pieces on the bottom just to extend the length. And for the boho, I ended up adding maybe 3 boho pieces to each braid. But as I moved up to the top, I ended up adding more. So I think I moved up to about 4 boho pieces for each braid. But we had about, I would say 150 to 200 grams of boho hair. And as we were moving up to the top, we just noticed that we still had a lot of human hair left. So we started adding crazy amounts of boho to the braids more closer towards the front area. So as you can see here, I already added 2 pieces and the braid is basically hip length. So I end up adding another 2 pieces as I go farther down into the braid, just to give it more of that full type of look. I don't know about y'all, but I love me a full boho look. I can't do the skinny boho. It's cute, on certain people. I just prefer a very big boho type of look. It's giving like Bora Bora Braids type of thing. So I just love that type of look. So you could get a better perspective here about how I start my braids. So I don't know if you noticed that I split it down the middle and then I split the bottom 2 pieces. I split the bottom piece into 2 and that gives me my 3 pieces, and then I cross over about twice, and then as you can see here, I end up adding a piece. My client handed over the piece. Those pieces, you could see in the clip how big they are. They're not too small, but they're not like huge, because for medium, kind of want it to be like a gradual thing. Like it'll start off skinny and then get a little bit thicker on the ends. So I try not to make them too thick and also try not to make them too big. That medium. So, yep, I think I added about 3 pieces and then I start adding the boho. So after I add 3 pieces of synthetic hair, I add the boho right in. Now, when you add your boho, you kind of want to braid it into your braids. So when you add it, it will have like a loose end. And if you want to rewind, you could definitely rewind to see exactly how I do it. But you would add the loose end and then you would braid it in a couple times before you take out that curly piece. So you don't want to take out the curly piece right away, because that's going to cause slippage, and eventually the boho ends or the boho pieces would slide out as your client is brushing their hair. So when you add your boho pieces, you want to braid the entire piece a couple times and then separate the curly piece out of the braid. That just gives it like an extra layer of security, just to make sure it's not slipping out every single time your client detangles their hair. And yeah, you guys should be good after that, to be honest. Just make sure you add in them boho pieces the right way, girl, because when I used to make braided wigs, that's something that I had to learn the hard way. Okay, so you definitely don't want your client coming up out of your chair talking about, yeah, so my hair is just like falling out. That's ghetto, girl. Like, let's not do that. So I know a lot of people use the perm rods at the end of their braids when it comes to boho braids, but I just feel like that's two different curl patterns. The perm rod kind of gives you a spiral, and we're using wavy hair as the boho hair. So I just prefer to braid it and then dip it in the hot water, because braiding it kind of gives it the same curl pattern. It gives it like that water wave type of look, and I kind of wanted everything to be like wavy. So, and then I know the girls usually have a fit over this. I completely understand that when you dip human hair in hot water or boiling water, it won't change shape, but I would prefer to just wet the synthetic hair. Thank you guys very much. It's okay. We all have our preferences. If you want to keep wetting your human hair in the boiling hot water, you do so, but I just don't. I prefer not to. I just like how it looks a little bit better when I pin up the human hair. I pin it up as much as I can. Of course, some of it is still going to get wet, but I just think the end result just looks a little bit better when I only wet the synthetic hair. The only time human hair actually changes shape in boiling hot water is if you're consistently boiling it. That's literally how a lot of these factories create curl patterns on these bundles. They would literally sit there and put the hair in perm rods or some type of like curling tool and then boil the hair for hours on end, and it would keep that shape. I've done it to a wig before, but it would take a couple hours. Just a quick dip is not really going to do much to it besides dry it out. And I think that's my preference on why I don't want to dip it in boiling hot water, because I kind of want the hair to last a little bit longer. So, but let the girls do the girl things. Let them do what they do. It is what it is. Okay, so you could see how it looks when I take it out over here, and you can see what I mean, how like the braids actually match the human hair curl pattern. Like, look at it. It's so freaking cute. Girl, I'm about to do my own hair. I'm about to do faux locks with boho hair attached to it. It's going to be like a Bora Bora type of look, but instead of braids, it's going to be faux locks, and I'm going to do it on myself. I'm definitely going to film it and show you guys, because I just love, like, this is my favorite part of the whole service. Granted, boho braids are so much work. Like, it's no reason why this style specifically took me so long. It's probably the length. I swear it'd be the length. Like, braiding that thing all the way down to the end definitely is not no easy task. See, I could put the braids in just fine, but braiding it down to the end, that be real life torture, girl. I'm not gonna lie to you, okay? So you guys could see how it came out, and for the finishing touches, I ended up adding some Nairobi to her roots. I don't think it showed in the clip, but just to keep a neat look for a longer period of time, I added that Nairobi to the roots. And then for her boho hair, I just sprayed some water. I didn't really spray any leave-in or anything like that. She can do that for the maintenance, because you don't really want to like oversaturate it with too much product, because it is going to be in for a while. So the very end, I sprayed on a little bit of oil sheen just to give it that shine, and that will be the end of the video. I hope you guys enjoyed, and don't forget to subscribe, like, and comment. I will definitely see you guys in the next video. Thank you so much for watching. Bye.